don't stick to your plan for a month and then quit, because we have done things over and over and over. Some of us years of bad habits, bad choices, and we finally decide that we want change, and we do something for a month and we expect everything to be better, but it's not going to happen. And I recently, yesterday, had my son to tell me that. I was like working out and trying to eat healthy for this past month, and I was so discouraged with the progress. And my son said, "Mom, why would you expect to see change in a month?" He's like, "That's not going to happen." He was like, "You need to be thinking 90 days, 6 months down the road." And as he went out the door, I laid on the floor and I just laughed. And I thought, my son is giving me the advice that I give people. So I want to encourage you to whatever goal it is that you're working on, whether it is your body, your finances, your mind, your business, whatever it is, just remember, you got to stick to the plan and don't get discouraged, because it will change if you keep on making the changes. But you have to be honest with yourself. So for me, I help people with finances, and they're constantly saying, "Well, nothing's changing for me, nothing's changing." And for those who say that, I say, show me your budget, show me your numbers. And they're not tracking it. And I tell them, that you have to track where your every penny is going for you to be able to make changes. You can't save money, you can't pay things off, you can't make any changes if you're not looking and evaluating what you're doing with your money. And it's the same thing with food. So, I'm tracking my food and I'm doing all these things. But yesterday as well, I was discouraged, and I will tell you what I did. I ate pizza, and I had been doing so good, and I have been exercising and eating healthy and tracking my stuff, and I did not want to ruin my tracking record, but I was discouraged, and I ate the pizza, and I put it in my app. Not that I wanted to, but I knew that if I wanted results, I was going to have to be honest with myself. Even though I knew I did it, tracking it, writing it down, it hurt. So not only that, but my coach is also going to see that. So that was really hard too. So having someone else seeing what you did and being, just be honest. Be honest. If you want help, you have to be honest with yourself. So track every penny, where every penny is going, everything that you're eating, whatever your goal is, track. If you don't track, you're going to be stuck in the same mess. So don't expect it to get better overnight, and stick to the plan. And if you're saying, "Well, it's worked for everybody else, but it's not working for me," I'm going to tell you that it's a you problem, that you are not tracking, that you're not sticking with it long enough. And if it worked for so many people, and if you're doing what you're saying you're doing, it will work for you. And I'm really just wanting to encourage you to stick with it. And I know it seems harsh when I say that it's a you thing. I'm saying that because I know myself. I'm going to tell another story on myself. So we all have our weaknesses. I can stick to a budget, and I can get in there on that and stick to it. But my weakness is food. So 2016, I came to Abingdon, and I'm going to the gym. I have a coach, and I'm killing it. I'm working out all the time, and she's like, "Heather, I need to see your food diary, because you're not making any changes, and you're in here and you're doing all these things and nothing's changing." And when I showed her my book, she was shocked, because I was eating 3 bowls of Fruity Pebbles every evening and just doing all this crazy stuff. So I was really going and working out, but I was not changing my eating habits. So I was hindering all the work that I did. And it's the same thing with your budget. So you can go out and work, or you can even get more money, work 2 jobs. But if you are not tracking your money and actually being intentional with what you're doing with your money and what you're putting, spending your money on, because I was not being intentional in what I was putting in my body. So you have to have a plan, and you have to stick with it. And just know that it's going to be hard for the first 3 months. It is going to be hard. Just stick with it and do your best. And when you mess up, don't throw in the towel and say, well, that's it, I've messed up. Don't do that. You get back up the next day and you start all over. So, I ate the pizza yesterday, but I'm not going to let that keep me from eating healthy today, because I want to be healthy in 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And I know that what I put in my body today is going to lead to my results, not just in this week, next month, or a year from now. And everything I do, I look and I track, and I expect something. I expect progress. So do some tracking and make sure that you are breaking your goals down into weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, 5 years, 10 years, and just stick to the plan, because if you stick to the plan, you will see progress. So I'm going to stick to my budget, and I'm going to stick to working out and eating healthy. Hope that you will stick to your plan as well.